What the heck is going on? That's my question this morning because I'm a little confused. Not gonna lie. I watched SmackDown last night, and there's some interesting questions that I have about the women's division currently when it comes to Triple H's booking, as in what's happening at Mania, who is Rhea facing, what the hell are they doing with Tiffany, Charlotte Flair, what's the actual storyline. We'll be focusing on the women's division for the first part of this video, especially when it comes to Charlotte Flair, IYO, Rhea, what the hell the plans are. Because as of right now, I'm not sure. Maybe you are. I'm gonna ask the chat if you guys know what's happening. Because there's a couple ways this can go when it comes to Rhea's opponent. We'll talk about that in a second. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You tell me if you think Triple H has lost the plot, or if you're kind of mellow and cool and not freaking out like the IWC is right now when it comes to Triple H and his booking. I got some good news though, for those of you guys who are wondering. Well, you guys know by this point, I got my channel back. EP, yoo-hoo, yeah. So I was not blocked, but suspended for no reason because I was impersonating somebody. It took about a week and a half, but I'm back on Twitter on my main account. So I had a backup account that most people knew about. Well, not most people, that's a lie. A handful of people knew about it, like a handful knew about it. I was over there for a little bit, waited it out. I got my channel back. So some people don't get their channel back, so not channel, but their account back. So I'm happy that it happened because I was actually getting kind of nervous. I may not get this account back, but we're all good. Elon, we're good now. Okay, don't suspend my account for no reason again, please. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was kind of annoying. Triple H's booking sucks. What's up, Maya? Triple H had definitely lost the plot. It's obvious what's happening. Shut up, Chris, your lips. I'm hoping they turn Roxanne versus Raquel into triple threat with IYO. How dare you remove my comment? What are you talking about? I remove your comment. Oh, by the way, do me a favor. If you're so inclined, if I'm up here rambling and I'm running my mouth up here, and you want to get a comment in edgewise and not paying attention, please do send in a super chat and I'll read your comment. All super chats are read on the stream. We also had some damn WWE releases, which is kind of unfortunate, but not surprising. People who pretend like, oh, it's a shocker, they're lying to themselves. We'll talk about that as well. But first, let's go ahead and dive into what happened on SmackDown that had folks kind of questioning Triple H. So I was under the impression that Naomi would not be in the damn chamber match. I thought IYO SKY would get in via a last chance match, yada yada, and we wouldn't get Naomi in there. But lo and behold, looks like Naomi will be in that damn chamber match, or not be in it, but will have an opportunity to get in via match, because they announced on SmackDown last night that she will be in a match against good old Chelsea Green, as you can see here. So we got Chelsea Green against Naomi next week. I was like, so my tweet, IYO fans, by the way, I'm an IYO SKY fan as well. Bit confused here, because I thought she'd be getting in via a last chance match. Then again, last year, when Raquel got in via a last chance match, if you remember, that was kind of surprised. They wanted to bring her back as a surprise. Raquel's back, that's kind of why they did that. Wasn't really a thing that had to continue going forward. So we all assumed that she may get in via a last chance match, but there's no way to actually know that was going to happen. So Raquel got in last year by that way, but it looks like we're going to get 6 matches, and that's that. So that begs the question: is IYO SKY getting into this match? Now you will understand why the IWC is like freaking out right now, right? Because in their mind, IYO SKY was a lock. If we search IYO SKY, they thought, messed that up. They thought they were getting IYO against Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair against Tiffany. That's kind of been the IWC's, their belief for the longest. So we have IYO SKY. This is a Instagram video from her where she's very much distraught and taken aback by her loss when Rhea Ripley screwed her, right? It's like, it's unbelievable. I believe I can win. I believe I get to the Mania. looking like I won't get there. So IYO SKY is going through it. She knows that Rhea Ripley did it to help her, she tried to help, but now she won't get to WrestleMania. You feel sorry for IYO. We all love IYO here, right? So, what's happening here? I thought she'll get in back way, last chance match, but if that's not going to happen, there's two ways this can go, right? There's two ways. You can have an injury angle where, let's say Naomi gets attacked after her match, maybe she wins. The following week, she's beat up by, I don't know, Jade Cargill. Maybe Jade Cargill rises from the ashes and she attacks Naomi. Maybe I'm bullshitting here right now, I'm making up shit. Let's say Naomi gets attacked, or dare I say Bianca gets attacked, and then they need a last person get in, right? So like, okay, well, now you need somebody to get in the match. You have a last chance match with all the losers and IYO, Battle Royal, IYO gets in via that way. That's possible, that's plausible. My question would be, why even bother? Like, why are you doing that roundabout way to get in? Like, why are you doing that? Why not just have IYO win the damn qualifying match? Like, she didn't have to face Liv Morgan. It's possible, but I question why they're doing that. Why go this roundabout way for IYO? Are you trying to garner sympathy and support for IYO? She's a babyface. Rhea is also a babyface. So why are you trying to get all this, gather all this support and sympathy for IYO when you're going to go face your top face? I don't think that makes much sense. It's possible though. It's very much possible, but I don't love the idea. Like, why are you doing that? So that's one option. That's one option, right? IYO gets in via attack on Naomi or Bianca or whoever, right? And she gets in last chance match. Or I also proposed that it was possible they could do a match at Chamber for the title, a one-on-one match. So Rhea Ripley could come down and say, "Hey, welcome to Monday Night Mommy. Last week was my fault. I cost IYO her match. So because I cost her match, I'm gonna make it good here. I'm gonna make it right. IYO, come on out. IYO SKY, you lost your opportunity for Mania, but I'm gonna give you another one. How about you and me? What do you say, one-on-one at Chamber for the title? And the winner goes on to Mania, of course. That could work fine. Now, people who had their heart set on IYO SKY being in the Mania match against Rhea Ripley will be upset, but that's a banger. It's a huge stage, right? In Canada, a high-profile match, but it's not Mania. So that begs the question, will the IYO stands be okay with that? Most of them will not be. In their mind, they think it's right there in front of you. Just do IYO against Rhea Ripley at Mania. Why are you doing something weird? Why do you have to? What's the point of this? Like, just play it out. Play it out. Let's say it is IYO, Rhea Ripley at the Chamber. Why? What are you doing? What's the Mania match? And that's when I get concerned. Okay, that's when I start panicking. But before we get there, before we take that step, I'm gonna ask you guys in chat, what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think IYO, I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm kind of leaning towards IYO still gets in via an injury angle, something like that. What do you think? Do you think IYO gets in to the Chamber match and then wins it and faces her at Mania? By her, I mean Rhea Ripley. Or does Rhea come out there, cut a promo on Monday and say, let's do it at the Chamber? Okay, what happens? Will IYO face Rhea Ripley at the Chamber, at Mania, or dare I say, not at all? Quick person speaking in caps. Who's speaking in caps? IYO SKY is not a draw. Future lives. Your hate towards IYO SKY is not welcome here. Okay, you need to chill out. Ever since, I'm not gonna dive into it. Okay, but some of these Asuka stands need to chill. Okay, it's okay. You can be a fan of Asuka and IYO SKY. Don't let IYO SKY fans ruin your love for IYO. Okay, don't let the IWC make you hate IYO. Okay, her fans are weird. I'm tell you the truth. I'm an IYO SKY fan myself. Okay, she's my top three. It's Bianca, Sari, IYO. Okay, some IYO SKY fans are kind of weird and kind of like obnoxious and kind of like anal online. Okay, don't let them affect your love for IYO. Okay, don't call her Flippy like you like to call her, right? Don't call her Flippy. Okay, she's IYO SKY, one of the best in the world. Don't let the hate get to you. Gotta look at the all caps again. IYO SKY is not a draw. Think Vegas Strip, Bianca versus Rhea Ripley, scream that city. You're not wrong. Problem with that is that Bianca Belair is in the tag team division, and you haven't been building her up. So why the hell are you doing this random out of nowhere Bianca Rhea Ripley? It feels out of nowhere. To them, it may not feel that way, but to me, Bianca Rhea Ripley, if you're doing that, Bianca should win the Rumble. Right, why the hell are you doing Bianca Rhea Ripley with the Chamber build and not the Rumble build? It's the biggest match you can make. It's the biggest match you can make. So why are you doing that? That's my concern. So I don't want to get there right now. We're going to get there during the stream. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that possibility. But for right now, let's focus on IYO. Is she going to be facing her at the Chamber or at the Rumble? Not Rumble, but the Mania. Let's see. IYO is crying about not being able to fight at WrestleMania. That's true. Creature lives. I'll give you that. Her concern is not about the title. It's about Mania. Okay, I see what's happening. I need to mute this. Okay, cool. Anyway, all right, yeah. Her concern is not about a title match. It's about getting to Mania. She can have a Mania match without the title match. Sure. So her promo in that segment backstage was about my opportunity to be at Mania, not about taking the title off of Rhea Ripley or facing Tiffany. I want to be world champion. No, it's not about world champion. It's about just facing someone at Mania, right? No more tag angles, please. Roxanne will face Raquel in a qualifying match. That is true. Quick person and all. I read that one. The teasers they've had with Rhea Ripley and IYO these past months were not building towards EC. I mean, I don't know what they're building towards. Some people say maybe they just wanted the fans to think that IYO could beat Liv Morgan. I agree with you though. It's a weird visual to have. That visual of IYO and Rhea Ripley holding the belt. It's dumb to do that, right? Because everybody in their mind thinks, oh, they're going to do Rhea Ripley, IYO, right? But that's not necessarily the case, though. It's not a foregone conclusion, or even it's a suggestion. Like, you can think, oh, maybe that's the match, right? I'm not going to front and say, oh, that's not like a strong indicator. Like, it looks like, okay, they're setting up this match, right? So I don't begrudge anybody who thinks that this damn visual was a setup for something big. Now, they could say Chamber's big. Triple H can say that's a big match, Chamber match, that's a big one. This match needs to happen. It needs to happen. The question is, do you believe this was setting up a Mania match, or was it having just a Chamber setup? I don't know. But I agree with you. The match needs to happen. That's for damn sure. Thank you for Super Chat. Not worse than Rhea Ripley carrying IYO like a baby. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you don't love that. So basically this. So, again, thanks for the Super Chat. Rhea Ripley has been carrying IYO around backstage, kind of like a fun thing, not really kayfabe, but kind of like, okay, I love IYO, I support her, I'm gonna carry her around. It's kind of funny, yada yada yada, right? But the build is not that compelling, and I said that from the get-go. I said the Rhea Ripley IYO SKY build would be bad, and if you're gonna do that, they're both faces. It's a respect angle. I respect you, you respect me, yada yada, right? It's not that compelling. I don't mind that she's carrying IYO around. I don't think it happened on screen proper, right? Every time that happened, it was kind of like recorded by a fan. It was never actually shown on TV. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think Rhea Ripley carrying IYO around was ever like on screen on WWE proper TV. I think it was always like internet video, stuff like that. What else is on here? Let's see. If it happens at Chamber, it should open the show. I agree. Triple H has completely changed the plans for what we thought was going to happen at Mania. Now, one thing to consider, good old Jade. Jade Cargill's injury, I'm sure, fucked some shit up, okay? I'm 100% sure. I believe she's actually injured. Like, I think that at this point, Dave Meltzer was right. She had an injury. That injury has gone on longer than they thought, and who knows what will be the case. Who knows what will be happening with Bianca, Naomi? Who knows? She was not supposed to be injured. So she would have been there with Bianca in the tag team Like that changes everything. Like, so we had to consider a pivot with Bianca and Naomi because of Jade Cargill's injury, stuff like that. Could always mess with stuff, but that doesn't really explain IYO per se, because we don't really know what the original plan was, right? Fightful says there were talks about Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. What does that mean, really? I mean, I don't know. I'm getting kind of nervous. But so yeah, did you guys answer the question? Rhea Ripley, IYO, in that Chamber or Mania? Just put one of the two words. Put Mania or the Chamber in the chat. If this happens at Chamber, it should open the show. Considering they're getting the qualifying matches out of the way, when does Liv and Raquel get their title shot for the tag titles? I don't know. Chamber, Razar, I'm concerned. I believe that Chamber. Oh wow, 3 in a row with Chamber. That's for the IYO stance. I mean, it makes sense. Like, they could have Rhea Ripley, like I said in that tweet. Rhea goes out there and says, "Hey, I'm sorry. Here's a match." I mean, how many matches was in the Chamber last year? 4 or 5. Chamber 2027. Perth. Well, Rhea defended against Nia Jax, so I know there's at least 2 matches for the women, right? At least 2. 5. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's 4. One was the pre-show match. So they had the Kabuki Warriors against Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae in the pre-show. They had the women's Chamber match, and then the women's main event was Rhea Nia. So that's 3 in total, 2 on the main card. So they could do a repeat here with Rhea. They have Rhea Ripley defending against IYO at the Chamber. But let's have the conversation. Let's play it out. If IYO faces Rhea Ripley at the Chamber, problem with that is I'm concerned that they will then fast track Bianca Rhea Ripley. I think that's a mistake. I would prefer they do Rhea Ripley Bayley, or Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan again, God forbid, but even that is better than the Bianca Rhea Ripley storyline. Why? Well, number one, Bianca win streak will be over. Her Mania streak will be over 100%. Not a chance in hell Rhea Ripley loses at 41. That's number one. So Mania streak, goodbye for Bianca. Number 2, the build I don't think will be long enough. Like, some people say, oh, it's plenty of time. Not when Bianca has not been interacting with Rhea Ripley at all. There've been no real conversations, no real nothing. Bianca doesn't mention Rhea Ripley's name about it at all. And she's in a storyline with Nia Jax, this whole whodunit with Jade Cargill. It's kind of messy. So how do you pivot out of that tag team with Jade? Unless Jade is just out for indefinitely for even past Mania, but we don't know what's going on with Jade. I don't love it. I think when Bianca faces Rhea Ripley, it should be the sole focus. No tag team division, no Naomi, no IYO SKY, nothing like that. Just a full-on Bianca, Rhea Ripley, that's a focus, that's a feud. And I think if they fast track it for this year, it will be disappointing. Now, some people could say, well, this could be the start of the feud. This could be the start of it. Have the first match at 41, have another match at SummerSlam, have another match at 42. Yeah, it's possible. Do I trust it with the creative team right now? No. But it's possible. Yeah, Bianca has been in the tag division, not really. Yeah, I don't love it. I just don't love it. Because I don't even think you're going to drop the belts before Chamber. So if that's the case, you're going to have Bianca as the tag team champion, winning the Chamber, and then what? Then she drops it? Or dare I say she faces Rhea Ripley as a tag team champion? That's kind of weird. It's all messy. I don't buy it, okay? Right now, if I had to guess, I still say IYO finds a way into the Chamber and she wins the damn Chamber match, okay? That's my first guess still. But I think Monday we'll know. There's no reason why Rhea should waste time, right? If she has a plan, you know what? I'm going to give IYO a title shot. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? Like, just do it. So I think on Monday we'll know if Rhea Ripley has a plan to give IYO a title shot at the Chamber. But I don't trust Bianca Rhea Ripley happening at 41. I think it'd be probably a shit show from a creative standpoint. Because Bianca's over here and Rhea's over here, and it just doesn't really work for me, you know. But who knows? I think Asuka will return before Mania and Kyrie, and Asuka will win back the tag titles. I think Liv Morgan and Raquel. I think that tag team will probably be champions here soon. But who knows? Who knows? Another thing to think about. I lost it. Oh. So let's say in Raquel's match against Roxanne, right? I think Roxanne wins that, but they want to protect Raquel. So who interferes? Rhea, for obvious reasons, because Raquel was interfering in IYO SKY's match and she feels bad about it, or IYO SKY herself. Let's say IYO SKY is upset with Raquel for getting involved, so IYO SKY goes down there and screws Raquel out of her match, giving Roxanne a chance. So I think one of those two things will happen. I think either IYO SKY or Rhea Ripley will get down there during that match and cause some confusion or distraction, leading to Roxanne beating Raquel Rodriguez. Isla Dawn, get out of here. That was funny. If you're joking, Sean, during the stream, I was going to mention the women who I think were in danger, and I would have brought up Isla Dawn. Are you being serious right now? Search Isla Dawn. All right, let's have the conversation now, I guess. So we didn't know. There's been a handful of WWE releases over the last 24 hours. Sonya Deville, gone. Blair Davenport, gone. Isla Dawn, gone. AOP, gone. That's not a real surprise. Old Man Paul, gone. Cedric Alexander, gone. And Duke from Chase U, gone. I'm not overly surprised by any of them. I would have given Blair Davenport a little bit more time, but not surprising considering she's not on TV. Now, I don't think Triple H believes in her, so if you don't believe, why are you wasting your time, right, with that talent? NXT Women's Division is a blessing and a curse. Depending on who you are, is a blessing or a curse. If you are in NXT, it's a blessing. If you're a fan, it's a blessing. A lot of awesome talent, young, hungry, athletic, a lot of international talent, like Stephanie McCare, Julia. Some of the best in the world are down in NXT. The best women's division in the world, they say. The blessing is a curse for the main roster talent. How many women popped up in the Rumble from NXT? Lash, Jada Parker, Julia, Roxanne, Stephanie McCare. Am I missing anybody? Like, the writing's on the wall. Everybody's put on notice. Triple H has seen those women down there. He's seen the women's division, the best women's division in the world. And you gotta make space. Because when you have people coming from the best women's division in the world, they gotta go somewhere. You're gonna take some spots. So if you're not making an impact, if you're not getting over, if you're not popular, you're gonna get cut. Everybody on the main roster needs to be upset, or needs to be like on notice and need to be scared. Isla Dawn, it's so freaking crazy. This morning I said, Isla Dawn gonna get cut. I knew it. I like, the writing's on the wall. For all this talent, they're gonna get cut soon. There's too much talent down there in NXT, and with the athleticism they're showcasing, I said it before in the previous stream, there'll be a time when half the main roster talent is Soruka's and Bianca's and Thea Hales in terms of athleticism. There's so much talent down there who can all move. They're fast, they're fluid, they can jump, they're strong. The athleticism has risen up a notch. If you're just like a main roster talent in the women's division, you're just solid in the ring, you're solid on the mic, you're gonna get cut. Because there's way too much talent coming up. And that NXT women in the Rumble just kind of like set the tone. It clearly what's happening here. The best women's division in the world are getting highlighted. They're getting a lot of focus now. Triple H has his eyes on them. So now, if you're on the main roster, you're kind of just there in catering, you're going to get cut. Thanks for the super chat. Do you think Triple H not like gimmicks? No, I think he doesn't believe in her long term relative to the talent in NXT. You have Fallon Henley about to get called up. JC Jane about to get called up. Roxanne getting called up. You got Soruka on the come up. You got Zarya. You got Stephanie. You got Julia. You got Kalani Jordan on the come up. You got all this talent. You're like, what's the upside here? Aladon compared to Kalani Jordan and Soruka, it's not there. The upside is this. It's a difference. It's just not there. So even though she's a solid talent, good on the mic, good look, if you don't have the complete package or you don't excite him creatively, you're gonna get cut. I could go down the list. I think Alba Fire needs to be worried. Now Alba Fire is better in the ring than Aladon. I think she needs to be worried a little bit. I think she needs to be worried. I hope she doesn't get cut. I hope it's a situation where, remember how we had a pairing of Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Indy got cut and Candice got pushed. I'm hoping that Alba Fire gets a push here, doesn't get cut. But I don't know. I like Alba Fire. She's awesome in the ring. I like her a lot. But I will not be surprised. I won't be surprised. Again, if you're going to call NXT the best women's division in the world, well, guess what? Those women got to go somewhere. And that's the main roster. So then what? You're going to get cut. Blair Davenport had the complete package. Blair had opportunities on SmackDown. She did, against Naomi, against other people. Triple H, she didn't make an impression. Now, should she have gotten more of a shake or more of a chance? Sure, but you gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision. And he believed that long term, it wasn't there for her. Maybe he's wrong, but again, WWE is hot right now. So what do you really lose? We're hot right now. Look at the talent we got coming up. Look at the talent. So what do you really lose? Nothing really. WWE be fine without Blair Davenport. That's just the reality of the situation. Kiana James, she got called up and was injured. I'm hoping Kiana James gets more a chance because her injury slowed her down. She's athletic as hell. She's a PC girl, so she's not an indie girl. So I'm hoping Kiana James gets a longer leash here, but I'd be worried if I was her too. I'd be worried if I was her as well. A lot of women who are on main roster right now, I do nothing, kind of like in the weeds or in the wing, needs to be worried. You and 90. That sucks. That sucks. I'm worried for Alba Fire. I am. Karrion Kross, his work has been good. Recently, his work on his promos has been good. Would I be worried if I was him as well? Sure. But for me, creatively, Karrion Kross had been doing good stuff. AOP and Paul, they weren't. So I don't know why he brought them back, honestly. Karrion Kross has been doing some good stuff with his promo work and his mic work. He hasn't been wrestling that much, but from a promo standpoint, from a backstage standpoint, he's been doing good stuff, I think. So I'm going to give Karrion Kross a leash or give him some slack here. I think he's doing fine. Triple H wants his roster to be NXT cyborgs and Joshis. Well, would you call Roxanne Perez a cyborg or Lyra Valkyria a cyborg? If you aren't good in the ring, you have to be really popular like Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss. I do believe he is going the athleticism route and star power route. You don't have one of the two. you're going to be screwed. So Aladon wasn't the most athletic woman in the world, and she wasn't the most popular either, so she got cut. I'm worried about it though. I'm worried about some of the other talent, like Alba Fire. But we'll see. Let me search Alba Fire real quick. That completely threw me off. Alba Fire. That completely threw me off. The forever champion, Alba Fire. Right? I'm worried. I'm worried. As far as I know right now, she's safe, right? She's not cut yet. I'm hoping that Alba Fire gets a push similar to Cancer right now, but we'll see what happens. But yes, that sucks, man. That sucks. Ala wasn't even good technically. Super hot though. Not the time Creature lives. Not the time. Yeah, Lyra versus Alba would cook. It would cook. Hitting Katana was somebody I'd be worried about as well. Luckily for them, well, nothing's like set in stone. Nothing's set in stone, but they were on SmackDown. They're a legitimate tag team. So maybe they got a longer leash here, but I was concerned about them as well. So I was thinking about them as well last night. Thinking about Alba Fire, Aladon, and Kaden Katana. Those are the main four. Those are the main four that I'm worried about. But we'll see what happens. Then again, men got cut too. Cedric Alexander, not a surprise. Not a surprise for Uncle Cedric. Duke, not a surprise as well. AOP, not a surprise. I mean, not at all. But you can go down the roster and look at women that maybe on chopping block. Shotzi, I'll be worried. I'd be worried about Shotzi. I'd be worried. For sure. I'd be worried about Shotzi. Adriana Rizzo. I'd be worried. Now she's in NXT right now, so a little different. But I'd be worried if I was her. But I think if in NXT, yeah, longer leash. In NXT, B-Fab, fine for now. She's fine for now. B-Fab, I think she's fine. Claire Bright, NXT. So let's focus on main roster talent. NXT a little different. So let's focus on main roster talent. Dakota's fine. I wouldn't be worried. Alexa Lopez. Alexa Lopez needs to be worried. I'm just telling the truth. I'm hoping not the case, but Alexa Lopez needs to be worried. I think Gigi needs to be worried when she gets called up. When that happens, think Gigi needs to get worried. Gigi Dolan. But for now, she's fine. Yeah. Alexa Lopez needs to be worried. Let's see. I think Kiana James is safe for now because she got injured. Maxine's fine for now. Maxine's fine, I think. Yeah, man, it sucks. I think Scarlett's fine for now. Hannah Baszler, a solid veteran. I think she's fine. Shotzi needs to be worried, for sure. Stevie Turner needs to be worried, for sure. But she's in the NXT, so that's fine for now. But she needs to be worried as well. Good old Stevie Turner. Yeah, man, this is Valhalla needs to be worried. I don't know if she's on the roster. Is she signed? She's still on the roster, right? Valhalla needs to be worried for sure. I'd be worried if I was her. Zelina Vega, I think she's fine. But bringing in her husband, she's popular. She got on the mic. I think Zelina Vega's fine. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown here. So yeah, she's pregnant. Okay. Nikita Lyons, I agree, but she's in NXT. A little different there. But I do agree, you need to be worried. But yeah, I separate NXT from main roster right now. Main roster women are getting cut, so that's my focus. So those are the few. Valhalla, that Shotzi. I think Shayna's fine for now, and yeah, it's unfortunate. Alba Fire, of course, she needs to be worried. Unfortunately, yeah, man, that's sucks. I would still be worried, even though they popped up on SmackDown, Kaden and Katana. I'd be worried. Look at Jordan Grace's. I didn't see her official image. Yeah, man, with the mid-card belts, you'd think there'd be more opportunities. So, but again, when you have the best, that sucks. When you have the best women's division in the world, they say, as your developmental, women got to get moved out. I hope that Alba Fire is a push and not a cut. Okay, that's my worry. Let her have a chance. That's all I'm trying to say. Mia Yim, no, not yet. No, Mia Yim had like 4 matches with the title. Mia Yim is fine. She's getting time on TV. He likes Mia Yim. I think he likes Mia Yim. She doesn't need to be worried. He's actively in the mid card right now. I think Mia Yim is fine. I think that Valhalla was pregnant, but I'm not sure. I agree. I think Jordan Grace. I don't know what the plan is for her, if it's NXT or SmackDown, but either way, she'll be on the main roster after the draft. Well, that sucks. Okay, that's depressing, but we'll move on from that. So yeah, that's that. So, back to IYO SKY. Right now, I'm leaning towards she gets in via injury, but I would not be surprised one bit if they do IYO Rhea Ripley at the Chamber. My only concern is, what are you doing? Is Liv Morgan going to win the Chamber? Are they going to have Liv Morgan face Rhea Ripley? Here's my concern with that. Well, not my concern, my issue. If you're going to do Rhea Liv Morgan, why the hell did you do the whole it has to end angle? And why the hell did you even bother taking the belt off of Liv Morgan? Why even bother? Oh, you can say maybe it's to, like, freshen things up, to keep it a little fresh, have some movement, make it more dynamic, maybe. But I think if you're going to do Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley at Mania, might as well keep the belt on her. Might as well keep the belt on Liv Morgan, but they didn't do that, so we'll see. We will see. Speaking of women's division, Charlotte Flair showed up on SmackDown, cut a promo, and see if Tiffany would inspire her. Now, I have some stuff to say about this promo segment. I thought that the segment was just kind of okay. I wasn't inspired myself. Speaking of inspired, I wasn't inspired. I was kind of like, this feud, I think, will be kind of like generic, not really compelling or interesting. I believe the angle is exactly the same as Rhea Ripley 2 years ago. Only difference is the Young Buck is the champion, and Charlotte Flair is a little bit more meaner, I think. My concern with Tiffany, which is only like a minimal concern because she's fine, right? My concern with Tiffany has always been the live mic promos in the ring. It's not her strong suit. Just isn't. Not really a problem. She's young. She can get better. But I knew with this storyline, with this segment or this build, or this program, rather, Charlotte Flair would have to do the heavy lifting here. Charlotte Flair would have to sell me on the ticket. Or sell me the ticket with her mic work. Because I just don't believe Tiffany is there yet on the mic. Now, the thing about Tiffany Stratton, I'm a fan. She looks like $1,000,000, right? She carries herself like a star, looks like a star. She passes the Vince McMahon airport test where you turn your neck when she walks by. Like, she's striking, she's beautiful, right? She's blonde. She's a prototypical WWE superstar. But my favorite part about her is when the bell rings. And that's an amazing thing about Tiffany Stratton, right? Have to look, the star power, all that stuff. But My favorite thing about her, why I love her, is the in-ring. That is amazing for her. She's a complete package. The only problem for Tiffany is her mic work in the ring live isn't the best. It's just okay. My biggest concern with the segment with Tiffany, I thought Charlotte Flair did well. I enjoyed her work here. My biggest problem with Tiffany was not really what she said, is how she reacted to what Charlotte Flair was saying. Charlotte Flair was talking a lot of shit, trying to get on her knees and beg and what did you say? Did I speak when you're spoken to? That kind of thing. I didn't love the way Tiffany reacted to that. I thought Tiffany, being the young brass talent, confidence, cocky, should have been a little bit more, she shouldn't have really put up with that from Charlotte Flair as much as she did. She's kind of like, this was her the entire time, like, no, don't do that, Tiffany. Like, stand up for yourself, be more assertive. I didn't love her reaction to Charlotte Flair's words. But again, that comes with experience. She's young. That's my biggest problem with that whole segment. In fact, let me find the moment I'm talking about here. She was doing it the entire time. She was doing it the entire time. Let me see if I can find this thing. Let's see. It's kind of like, let me see if I can find this thing. This wasn't what I want from her. You do a lot of this, a lot of head down stuff. Like how a lot of head down, like, but no, Tiffany, I want you to like be more like, you're the champion. You're the champ. Don't take her shit. Like, be more assertive, be more confident. It's kind of like, just, I didn't love it. But it's not the worst segment in the world. It'd be fine, I'm sure. But ultimately, this storyline is the same as it was 2 years ago. She wants to be a star. She wants to differentiate herself from Charlotte Flair. Rhea Ripley was the same thing. We don't know. When Rhea Ripley first showed up at the PC, they called her Baby Charlotte. She talked about this before. Because she's blonde, tall. They called her Baby Charlotte. She want to break away from that, right? She said she wanted to be a star. So she wanted to face Charlotte Flair to be a star, yada, yada. It's the same thing here. They call me another Charlotte Flair. I want to be Charlotte Flair Jr., and I'm not. I'm the one and only Tiffany Stratton. So I want to step out from beyond your shadow and be my own woman and become a star. It's the same exact storyline as Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. Only difference is Charlotte Flair is a little bit more meaner. A little bit more of a heelish behavior from Charlotte Flair. I believe that Charlotte Flair, that character transcends heel babyface. On NXT, she gave Julia her props. She gave Bayley her props. She said she's proud of Roxanne Perez. It's a fine line she's navigating. I like what she's doing. It's not heel, it's not face. Like it's tweener, beyond it all. I'm Charlotte Flair. I'm above it all. I'm above heel. I'm above face. I'm above all this, and I need to be inspired. I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna compliment you, and I'm gonna say I'm the best, and you guys are all beneath me. It's a very fine line, and I like it. It's interesting what she's doing. I'm a fan of Charlotte Flair and her work right now. Tiffany, I needed her to be a little bit more confident in her approach to the segments, but I'm not surprised. I called it. I said in my last stream that Tiffany's not the best on the mic in the ring, and Charlotte Flair would probably have to carry this stuff, and that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing. But Tiffany should be fine. Again, I'm a fan. Look at my banner for crying out loud. Who do you see? Bianca, Cody, Rhea Ripley, Roman, and who? Tiffany. I was a big Tiffany mark in NXT. I still like her. Still one of my faves. There's no hate here. Just being honest. We can be honest about the people we like, okay? We can be honest. You don't have to be a stan and support everything they do and act like nothing's wrong. No, you can be honest and say what's up. He's fine. On the mic, just fine. It's okay. But it's her biggest weakness in the ring. Now, backstage promos, segments backstage, oh, she's fantastic. Her character work comes out. It's amazing. She's awesome backstage with her promos. Something about in the ring is not there yet. So we'll see how she develops. We'll see what happens during this segment, these storylines. We'll see how she gets over the course of the feud until Mania. I think Charlotte Flair will probably beat her. At this point, I think Charlotte Flair wins at Mania, but I'm not entirely sure. But if I had to guess, I'd say 80% Charlotte Flair wins at Mania. So then, look at Nia Jax and freaking look at these two. Nia Jax came out there, cut a promo. and challenge Tiffany to a match next week. Charlotte Flair said she's gonna be there to watch. So we're gonna get Tiffany against Nia Jax for the title. I think it's for the title. I'm not sure. Charlotte Flair will be there to watch. I do believe Charlotte Flair will pick Tiffany. She will pick Tiffany, not Rhea Ripley, and we'll move. And we move. We see how it goes. Charlotte Flair the most dominant and confident. Rhea Ripley's mic delivery is better. Better than whose? Tiffany? Sure. Better than Charlotte? No. Tiffany should have claimed to be the replacement. Claimed she's better, younger, hotter, etc., and bringing out the queen's impossible insecurities. Not being on top. Tiffany's, I agree, David. She's better than Tiffany on the mic in the ring. I agree there. Tiffany and Charlotte look alike. I think that will be all the Charlotte Flair storyline. I'm not gonna lie. Treating her like the female boss. Yet there are. She's above it all. She's Charlotte Flair. She's entitled. She's the queen, and she's above it all. I need to be inspired. I like the angle, but I don't love Tiffany's approach creatively to her right now. I like what they did with Rhea Ripley. Rhea said, "Oh, so you still don't respect me? You think I'm a kid? So what happened at 39? That didn't change your feelings towards me? You still think I'm a kid? Okay, well, pick me so I can whoop your ass again." I like that dynamic more so than Tiffany, Charlotte Flair right now. But it might just be because Rhea Ripley is more confident as champion and confident on the mic right now. We'll see what happens with Tiffany. I don't think the storyline will be that good. I just don't. Especially if Charlotte Flair has to carry it all herself. But we'll see what Tiffany can bring to the table with the coming weeks. We'll see. Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair would have worked better if the roles were reversed and Charlotte was champion. I agree, which is what happened 2 years ago, right? Rhea Ripley was the young buck, wanting to challenge champion Charlotte Flair. That worked better. The feud wasn't great, still wasn't great, but that's a better dynamic. The young whippersnapper trying to nip at the heels of the established champion. That works better, especially if if Rhea Ripley's going to win, which she did. That's a big moment for her. That naturally works better than the young buck being the champion, and you have the established, above it all competitor, Charlotte Flair, coming down to take on the young buck. Yeah, it works better the other way around. I agree. Which is what happened 2 years ago. This is an interesting visual here. Now I was the one who said that, not this. What happened? Where'd it freaking go? Where'd it go? I had something else up here and it went away for no reason. Stop being weird. Here we go. Where'd it go? So Nia Jax and Cancer Ray are all in the ring. Here it is. Here it is. That's better. That's better. Yeah, Charlotte Flair in the middle, above it all. Like, I'm above it all. I'm Charlotte Flair. It's about Tiffany, Nia Jax right now. It's funny. She's the Royal Rumble winner, but she carrying herself like the champion. It's like she's the champion right now, right? That's how it feels. She's a champion. And she's like, okay, guys, entertain me. We'll see who wins. And then maybe I'll be inspired and I'll pick one of you guys, right? But Tiffany, Nia Jax, have a match. I'll watch it. Entertain me. We'll see how it goes, right? It's hilarious. It's kind of funny, right? She's a champion in this segment. It's funny. Not Tiffany. It's Charlotte Flair. It's not appropriate. I think it's appropriate, but it is dangerous. We'll see how it goes. Because Tiffany will be the champion in this feud. But Charlotte Flair is above it all. She's above it all. I don't think she wants to be champion, really. Has Charlotte Flair said, I want to be champion? Well, she kind of did her first night. She did. But she wants to be inspired, really. She just wants to be inspired. Whether that's Rhea Ripley, whether it's Julia, whether it's Tiffany, inspire me so I can like get up for the match, right? It's very interesting. I agree with you, Razar. Which is why I was not one of those people who are so gung-ho for this damn matchup. Charlotte Flair her star power is above Tiffany's. Duh, freaking Charlotte Flair. Her aura, the prestige is over Tiffany. Tiffany's a young buck who just got the championship via cash-in. Not on the same level, just not. When Charlotte Flair is in the ring with Tiffany, he overshadows Tiffany right now, which is why I would have had Tiffany. Be mad at me all you want. My plan for Tiffany was mid-card champion, same like Braun Breaker. Then, when she champion, go through some feuds, get some experience, then she goes for the top title. That was my plan for Tiffany, but they decided to have her win the damn Money in the Bank, cash in on Nia Jax. Now she's facing off with Charlotte Flair, her idol, somebody she admires, and she's champion. You got a 25-year-old at champ taking on this woman with all this aura and prestige and importance and her last name, and like she's going to be challenging the young chick. I don't love the dynamic. I just don't love it at all. If anything, you have Charlotte Flair come back and face Nia Jax. Okay, it's funny. Okay, I'm thinking about it in real time here. Charlotte Flair comes back, faces Nia Jax. Clear face heel dynamic there, right? Okay, everybody loves booing Nia Jax. And Tiffany catches in on them. Then she catches in. Now you can say they already did that for Damian Priest last year, right? We cashed in on at Mania, but still, I like that better. I like Charlotte Flair challenging Nia Jax while Tiffany is still holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. You can have Charlotte Flair talking down to Tiffany over and over again still, and then she catches in on her idol. I like that better. I would have loved Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair more, I think. Now, talking in terms of story build, in terms of story, the match, Tiffany, Charlotte Flair, I think would be good. I'm sure Tiffany, Charlotte Flair would be a good match. I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about storyline. I'm talking about build. I think that Tiffany, Charlotte Flair would tear the house down. I think Tiffany will work well with Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair will help Tiffany along. They get along in real life. Tiffany has talked to Charlotte Flair about how she inspired her all the time. So they have a bit of a relationship. They're friendly. So I'm not worried about the match. I'm sure they'll cook. I'm talking about storyline. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, Alexa Bliss had a match. I need to rewatch this match. I need to rewatch Alexa Bliss's match. I feel like I wasn't paying enough attention to it. She had a match against Candice LeRae. She won. I saw the ending. I saw bits and pieces. I saw bits and pieces of it. If I can talk, I wasn't really paying attention that much. I need to go back and watch this match. Triple H cares about aura. Her aura. Yes, she does. Charlotte Flair has aura. Yes, she does. You guys are crazy. This Charlotte Flair hate is insane. Like, you guys are out of your mind, I think. Like, this woman is above it all when she goes out there. She's a queen. She has aura. She has a presence. When she steps in the room, you sit up straight. That's Charlotte Flair. Like, you guys are like in denial about Charlotte Flair. Really, like, she is a different level of a superstar. She just is. She walks in the room, everybody sits up straight. You look over there. Oh yeah, that's Charlotte Flair. That's how it is. Like, let's not pretend like she's not a star. Beyond her booking, she has a presence. She has aura. She's statuesque. She is the biggest star in the room when she's in the room, I think. Go back and watch that segment with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley looked like the young buck, and Charlotte Flair looked like the star. That's how it is when you're with Charlotte Flair. The only time I didn't feel that way recently, well, that was long enough ago. When Bianca Belair was in the ring with Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair got mad when Charlotte Flair said, what did she say to her? Yes, I think it was like who's in the ring? Wasn't it what was it? Grayson Waller, the Grayson Waller effect. And Charlotte Flair had just showed up, right? Grayson Waller was interviewing Charlotte Flair. Bianca came out there, and they were standing face to face. Bianca cut a promo on Charlotte Flair. She said, "Put respect on my name," right? She said, I'm the longest reigning champion of the modern era. I'm like, okay. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way at the time. Tiffany, and even with Rhea, I did. I did feel like Charlotte Flair is above it all. She's the star in the room. She's the biggest star in the room. She's the biggest, has the most aura in the room, and it's like a different level. Not that segment. Not the segment with Bianca Belair. Because Bianca Belair, on the mic, is better than Liv Morgan. Well, she's better than Liv Morgan, but I didn't mean to shot at Liv Morgan. She's better than Tiffany and Rhea Ripley on the mic. She had that confidence. She has that star power. She has that aura. And against Charlotte Flair, a little different. Different dynamic when it comes to Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. That dynamic, the culture difference, stuff like that, it clashes better than with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, or even Tiffany and Charlotte. It's a different type of dynamic with those two in the ring. Go back and watch that segment. If you don't believe me, go back and watch Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair in the ring together with Grayson Waller. Go back and watch it. Different dynamic when those two are in the ring. Bianca gives she gives off a different type of aura, different type of energy when she's upset, when she's angry, when she's cutting her promo. Go back and watch it. Now, then again, Bianca Belair is battle tested. Why? Bianca Belair had a long feud with one of the best in the world on the mic, Becky Lynch. I always say this. Bianca Belair has already faced her greatest test she'll ever face. A heel Becky Lynch that folks don't want to boo. Say that again. Bianca Belair has already faced the greatest test, the greatest demon, her end game on the mic. She already faced. It will never get harder, never be harder than Becky Lynch returning after squashing her, being a heel, and the fans not wanting to boo Becky. She'll never have a harder task than that. And she passed with flying colors. You're given the ultimate test right out the gate. We're going to squash you, Bianca. Oh, yeah, now go out there and cut a promo against Becky Lynch, who fans are cheering. Go out there. Go cut a promo. What? Anybody else would crumble in that damn position, but not Bianca. Never be another test harder than that. You already passed the hardest test. So up against Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, whatever, it'd be child's play. The woman faced a heel Becky Lynch that the fans did not want to boo. After getting squashed, she had to get the fans' support. Had to get the fans to support her and cheer her as a face. There'll never be a harder task than that, ever, in her career. Are you asking me if I don't like Rhea Ripley? Are you asking me if I don't like the woman in my banner? I'm a fan of Rhea Ripley. I'm a big fan. I like her a lot. She's awesome. I just tell the truth when it comes to talent. She's awesome. I love Rhea Ripley. She's Triple H's daughter, and she's awesome. She's cool, and her mic work is okay. Great in the ring. I think she's great in the ring. Star power, aura, awesome. But no, I just tell the truth when it comes to talent. That's all. Assuming you're talking to me, I saw your chat about, do you like Rhea Ripley? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. She is Triple H's daughter. Oh my God. Like the man said, stars, I'm like, when I watch her, like I'm looking at her, like I was a proud dad. That's what he said. Okay? That's what he said. He sees her as a daughter. Like a proud dad watching her at the damn Perth show, at the Chamber show in Perth, okay? That's what he said. It's all in good fun, okay? But yes, she is Triple H's daughter. I mean, this. Okay, Andrew, I got you. Jordan Grace versus Charlotte Flair would be a great match. I agree. It would be. So yeah, the women's division, Alexa Bliss won her match. Right now, for the chamber match, it's looking like, assuming no injury ankle, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Roxanne Perez will beat Raquel by hook or crook, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, and did I already say Bianca? Yeah, Bianca, Bayley, Roxanne, and Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and keep forgetting the last person. At the 6? Can I count? Try this again. Bianca Belair, Roxanne Perez, Bailey, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Liv Morgan. That's the last one. Because Liv Morgan beat IYO. Okay. Those are 6. Now, I think it's possible that Naomi could get taken out or something like that. Then you have a IYO SKY getting in last chance match. But yeah, those are 6 right now. That's a good match. There's no like big person, right? There's no heavy like a Nia Jax or a Raquel or a Piper Niven. I think Bianca Belair might be the biggest powerhouse in that match. Would be kind of interesting. Because usually they have some type of like a big physical presence in the chamber, whether it be a Piper or Raquel or Nia Jax. But that's not. If that's a 6, it's not happening. It's gonna be a lot of smaller talent. Alexa, Liv, IYO. I think Bianca Belair would be the biggest woman in the match from a physicality standpoint. Interesting. Would they really have Bianca Belair and Naomi in the chamber? That's so I thought when Naomi was not going to have a match at the time, I didn't know it was going to happen, but I thought that's where my mind went. I thought they won't have tag teams in the match. So Raquel loses to Roxanne, and Naomi doesn't get in. But now I see Naomi against Chelsea Green. I don't think mid-card champions will be in the match. Could be wrong, but I don't think they'll have mid-card champions in there. I guess they could put Chelsea Green in there because she's from Canada, but you want a mid-card champion in the match and not defending her belt? I don't know. They could do Chelsea Green. They could have Chelsea Green win. I do believe if Naomi is in that match, if she's in it, you have to have some type of friction or confrontation between Bianca and Naomi. And have them in the match, not punch each other, not face each other. They're both gunning for that spot. So it needs to be some type of tension or some type of confrontation between Bianca and Naomi if that happens. If Naomi beats Chelsea Green, which I think will happen, do something in the match. Some type of compelling angle between Bianca and Naomi is needed for me to give a damn going forward. Because Jade Cargill, who the hell knows what's happening with there. I'm kind of over the whole Jade Cargill angle. I'm over it. I want it to be done. To be completely honest with you. If they were going to have a mid-card champion I'd rather have Lyra. I agree. Lyra facing Bailey. So I think Naomi gets in. Sorry, Chelsea Green stands. Sorry. What else? So besides that, am I forgetting something when it comes to the women's division right now? Talked about Tiffany's promos. I talked about Charlotte Flair. Talked about the chamber match. Talked about Rhea Ripley's opponent. Shouldn't be Bianca, but it shouldn't be Bianca. It should be Liv Morgan. I'm sorry, it should be IYO SKY. Then Bailey, then Liv Morgan, and a last resort, Bianca Belair. That's why I say. Let's see. When it comes to the women's division, that's the main topic here. Talk about the cuts, the unfortunate releases. Let's see. Let's look at Twitter. See if I forgot to talk about something. Blair Davenport's last match was a triple threat between Bianca and Chelsea Green. That was her last match. So we'll see how. Did I talk about these two, right? Going to SmackDown. Oops, wrong. How about this one? Yep. Kate and Katana need to be worried. They need to be worried, but they're on SmackDown right now. Need to be worried about getting cut. Bianca Belair is 95 on 2K. They said in commentary that she's the second highest rated woman. So that means Rhea Ripley, once again, is like 96 or 97. I think she's probably 96. I think Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair kept their ratings. So Bianca was 95 last year, so Rhea is probably 96 again. So those are top two in the game. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Again. Anything else before I talk about more general stuff? Yeah, I heard about Aladon. Unfortunately, I heard about Aladon. That's JB missed it. The consensus was most people think that the chamber match is happening. They think Rhea Ripley will face IYO at the chamber, and they won't have IYO get into the match. I'm still undecided. Right now, I'm leaning towards an injury angle. Gets IYO in there, but we'll find out on Monday. I think on Monday we'll find out if Rhea Ripley will face IYO. Because if she's facing IYO SKY at the chamber, one-on-one, there's no reason to delay it. She should go out there and say, hey, my bad, IYO. I screwed that up. So here's a chance to get to Mania. How about me and you face each other at the chamber? That should happen on Monday. If it doesn't, IYO might get in via injury to Naomi or whatever. Then I'll have a last chance match. IYO gets in. I do believe it'd be kind of weird to do all that. Like, why doing that whole entire thing with IYO SKY? Why can't she just win her qualifying match? But I don't know. Maybe they want to gather sympathy for IYO, gather support from the fans. But Rhea Ripley is your top face. I don't know. It's weird. It's all weird. It's all weird. If Rhea Ripley / IYO happens at the chamber, what would IYO do at Mania? Hell if I know. Tag match? I don't know. No clue. I have no idea. Especially under this regime currently, I have no idea what she'd do. No clue. The more interesting thing is, who would Rhea Ripley face? Would they dare have her face Bianca? That's the more compelling argument, or the more compelling angle. If Rhea Ripley faces IYO at the chamber, what the hell is going to happen at Mania? That's the shocking thing. Like, what are they gonna do? Do they dare fast track Bianca Rhea Ripley? I don't love that idea. Who do you think is taking the title off of Chelsea Green? It depends on where Jordynne Grace is going. If Jordynne Grace goes to SmackDown, Jordynne Grace. If Jordynne Grace goes to the NXT, honestly, I can see like a Piper angle where Piper does it. Or maybe it's Lena Vega. I don't see Michin at this point because she has so many chances. Or B-Fab. So it'll probably be like a Lena Vega or Piper Niven turning on her, something like that. But who knows? I have no idea. I heard reports that Asuka should be back soon. I heard that before as well. That could be her direction. So you have a IYO and Asuka tag team. What about Kairi Sane? What about Kairi Sane? Check this out. Definition of robbed. I don't care what you think of her. She was talented as F, and one Naomi match ruined her. Wishing her the best. That match was not the best. But I think that's the only thing that ruined her. Do I think that was the last straw? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Triple H saw that and saw, you know what? I don't see it in her long term, and that was the decision that was made. I do believe that but I do believe the Sonya Deville IYO match, that sunk Sonya Deville. That match sunk her. I do believe that match happened, and Triple H thought, you know what? Sonya Deville, when your contract ends, we're not renewing. I think that match did affect Sonya Deville. But I don't know about the Blair Davenport Naomi match. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Crossing my fingers for Alba Fire. Crossing my fingers for Alba Fire. Don't get cut, Alba. Don't get cut. Let's see what else is going on over here. You guys saw that Street Profits segment? That was awesome. But Street Profits are back. They are more of a edgier. I think they may be heels, maybe, but the problem is they're so over that they're not going to get booed. So I call this more of like a tweener, more of a edgier approach to their character work. Oh, very, very good promo. Stylized, very good, shot well. It was well done. This is what I'm talking about. Nope, wrong thing. This is what I'm talking about here. Very, very good promo from Street Profits. I thought it was very, very, very well done, well shot. Good promos, good aggression, good delivery. Now pull the trigger, Triple H. It's time. Just put the belt on them. And then when they break up, Then they go separate ways. Then they go singles. But for right now, I want one more dominant championship run. They're over. They're great on the mic, good in the ring. Then I'm gonna have one more long, strong tag team championship run, and then split them up. At this point, they're the most interesting thing they have in the tag division. I'm sorry, but Motor City Machine Guns, they're kind of like bland and boring a little bit. I'm sorry. They're kind of bland. DIY, not my favorite. Pretty Daily, they're just there. Put the belts on the Street Profits, who are popular, who are over, who are showing a different type of character work here. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Street Profits run that will be the defining run for them, and then they could go set their separate ways. But I like what I'm seeing from Montez and Dawkins here. Yeah, they're villains. They're dark, all black. I like how Dawkins brought up the dirt sheets about how walking around with the crutch. Call that out. It's kind of good. I like that a lot. IYO SKY should take the belt off of Lyra, so we can see a heel Asuka versus IYO SKY at Mania. What about Lyra? What about Becky? What about Becky Lynch? What's happening there? Good segment for them. I liked it a lot. Good stuff there. Drew McIntyre's on SmackDown. He won his match for the qualifying for the Chambers, which is appropriate. I like that a lot. We got a qualifying match next week between Braun, Damian Priest, and Jacob Fatu. Got a very good promo from Cody Rhodes. Not Cody Rhodes, but from The Miz talking to Cody Rhodes. He said, hey, Cody Rhodes, you know, when it comes to that belt, friends become enemies. Look what happened to Kevin Owens. He's basically saying, you shouldn't want Jey Uso to pick you, because if he does, that friendship will be ruined. Not a very good angle, because it speaks to what just happened to him with Kevin Owens. So I thought The Miz did well there. I thought it was a really well done segment there from The Miz. That was good. It almost made me want to have Jey Uso pick Cody Rhodes. It was that it was more compelling than Jay Gunther right now. That angle of, can we stay friends? And he's been hurt already by Kevin Owens. So it was kind of compelling that, could it go that route? I don't think they will. Jay will pick Gunther, but I just thought that The Miz did well, and I thought the writers did well for that segment there, where The Miz was in Cody Rhodes' ear. Talking about here. Good segment. Look, good, very short segment here for The Miz. March 10th, Raw in Madison Square Garden. Perfect for Becky Lynch's return. I guess I want her to face Lyra at Mania. That's my plan for Lyra. But that's just me. Becky returns Raw, Madison Square Garden. Probably after Chamber at this point, right? I think it makes sense to return after the Chamber at this point, because right now the focus is on the Chamber. Makes sense to come back afterwards, right? Won't be a world title, so I think Becky Lyra would be a good story. That's what I would do. Becky Lyra. That's what I would do. I would not look back one bit. Luke and that's not a surprise. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson cut. Makes sense. Not surprising there. I'm a little bit worried about Sante Adonis. He is in a relationship with Carmen Petrovic, but I don't think that would change. I don't think that would stop them. So I do think Asante Adonis needs to be worried. I would be worried if I was him. Basically, if you're a main roster talent, you got sent down to NXT, be worried. So whether it's Carl and Luke, whether it's Cedric, whether it's Asante, be worried. Be worried. On TK Twitter, what does TK stand for? Blake's catching a lot of heat on what? TK. When do you see Becky returning? I think they're right. I think after the Chamber. So Madison Square Garden, Monday. The 10th? March? That makes sense. March 10th makes sense. Triple H is a goof. It's hard to run a promotion, folks. It's hard. Cuts have to be made. Like cuts have to be made. It has to be made. Or you just have them in the catering, not do anything. That's possible. But I don't begrudge that role to be the head of creative at WWE and having to be on the phone with Nick Khan and making calls about who gets cut. It's a tough thing to do. But I'm not surprised by any of these cuts so far. None of these cuts have floored me. Like, oh my God, how could it be? Like, none of these cuts. And if you're honest with yourself, you would probably say the same thing. Like, none of these cuts are that shocking. Like, oh my God, how could they cut Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows? How could they cut AOP? How? They didn't cut Bianca or even a freaking or even a Piper. That's not happening here. People who are not on TV are getting cut right now. Not a surprise. Me, at least. Just one day prior to finding out her contract would not be renewed, Sonya was on press for WWE speaking passionately about the women's division. Oh my gosh, this is unfortunate stuff. Nikki Bella coming back. Excited about that? Are you excited for that? For Nikki Bella? I'm not. To be completely honest with you, I'm not. That's just honest truth. I'm not. What do you even do with Nikki Bella? What do you even do? I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything else. Was there anything on SmackDown or anything about the women's division or anything you want me to talk about? I'll just open the floor to you guys. We're in the chat now. We're in the chat. Gio got cut. You know, I might need to change this freaking title of this video to people getting cut. That's crazy. People are getting cut left and right now. Crazy. It really is. Let's change the title of the video. Gio, another cut, not surprising, one bit, right? Are you surprised? He never on TV. Let me look at the damn roster again. Superstars. Take a look, take a look, take a look. LP gone, not surprised. He just signed a contract recently, right? Angel? I think he's fine for now, but would I be shocked? No, I would not. Apollo Crews, not shocked one bit. Would you be shocked if Apollo Crews got cut? I wouldn't. Sorry, this reality. Let's not lie to each other. Why is it being weird? Sante Didonis? No, not surprised. I would not be surprised. I just wouldn't. Can't lie. Brooke Jansen's in NXT. Would I be surprised he got cut? No, but we'll focus on main roster right now. Let's focus on main roster. Gone, not surprised. Cruz Del Toro, would I be surprised? No, I would not be surprised if he got cut. Cruz got cut, not surprised. Alexia Lopez, she should be worried. Alexia Lopez should be worried. She should. Gio, not surprised. Never on TV. Aladon, not surprised one bit. I'm worried about Alba Fire. I'm worried about Alba Fire. Desperately so. I'm desperately worried about Alba Fire. AD's fine. Akeem Wild, He'd be surprised. He should be worried. Let's see here. Carlinson. Yep, I would have said he should be worried. He got cut, right? Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. I would still be worried. We just saw them on SmackDown. I still be worried about those two. Kaden Katana should be worried. Even so, Katana James should be worried. She's injured, but I think she's fine. But she should be worried as well. Let's see. I always be worried, honestly. You just stay worried at all times. The mostly NXT talent. If it wasn't for the White Six stuff, I'd say Nikki Cross need to be worried, but she's fine for now. Nikki Lyons should be worried for sure, but that's NXT. Paul, yeah, I would have said he needed to be worried, but he got cut, right? So Ora Mensa, that's NXT, but he should be worried. Rich Holland should be worried. Main roster talent on NXT, he should be worried. Would not be surprised one bit if he got cut tonight or today. Not at all. Rich Holland. Even though he's in the program right now, I don't think it matters. He should be worried. If you're in the family, if you're in the Rock's family, that Samoan family, you're fine. No worries whatsoever. No worries one bit. Miz is fine. Tony D, when he gets called up, should be terrified. Tony D should be terrified when he gets called up. For now, he's champion, he's fine. But when the call up happens, be worried about Tony D. Tyler Bate, he's really iffy for me. 50-50. Fine for now, but he's 50-50. Valhalla gone. She should be worried. She should be worried for sure. That's it. Everybody else is fine. Zoe Stark is fine. I think she's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's it for now. But yeah, I'm not surprised by these names. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Valhalla should be worried. Yes. After Julia and Tiffany lose their titles next year, I see both of them getting called up. I agree. Tiffany can turn on Julia later on. Sure. I think they'll face each other in NXT first, though. Dakota Kai? I think she's fine. I think Dakota Kai's fine. That would send the internet on a frizzy. Can you imagine? The internet would lose their minds. Dakota Kai got cut. They would freak out for sure. But I think she's fine. At least that's what I want to believe. I want to believe that she's fine. I'm worried about Alba Fire. I'm worried about her. I think she's very, very good, and I would like to see her get a chance. I want to see her get a chance. Wait. Okay, this kind of freaked me out for a second. I'm live right here. Good riddance. We're free. This is her way of saying, giving a shout out by staying in character. What's she doing here? Her staying in character, but giving her a shout out. She did it to the final boss. She spit in the final boss's face in NXT UK. 90 days. Good riddance. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, she's supporting big time. She's supporting her big time. Good to see that camaraderie, that support from her fellow, her peers. So good for Aladon. Y'all saw that Gio Vinci got cut. Not surprised. Never on TV. I think leaving Imperium is over for him. was over for him once Imperium left, which is why you should never be so quick to end a faction or end a tag team. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. So don't always say, oh, I want my fave to leave that team or break it up, because that team could be, once that team's over, cuts can happen very, very quickly. Which is why some people are worried about Angelo Dawkins, but I don't know if they should be worried about him, but we don't know. We'll see what happens with Angelo Dawkins. If they ever split up the Street Profits, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, people are getting cut right now. Not surprising, one bit. Not at all. If you're on the main roster, not being used, gonna cut you. Gonna cut you. All right, folks. Any last questions for wrap up the stream? Do you think Montez would be a fine solo star? Montez would be amazing super solo. I think he'd be amazing solo star. I think Montez has it all. Talented on the mic, athletic as hell. He'll be fine. Montez is a ready-made single star, I think. So it's only a matter of time before that happens, I think. Free EO from damage control. Yeah, I don't think Dakota Kai has to worry. Dakota Kai will be fine. Dakota Kai will be fine. Yeah, if they break up the Street Profits, I think Montez would be great. Angelo Dawkins would be the person you need to worry about, not Montez. He's fine. Angelo would be worried about, just from a creative standpoint. He's talented. He can go. He can talk on the mic. But I'd be worried about creative with Angelo Dawkins. I wouldn't be worried about Montez Ford. Not at all. Not at all. Montez could have been where Drew is now if he turned 2 years ago. Yeah, I think so as well. I want to see EO from NXT solo run, which he was champion last year. Need to see Montez performance like the one in the Chamber 2023. Yeah, I thought it'd be a big moment for him. I thought he'd be able to take off from there, but creative just doesn't see him that way right now. The one in the tag division right now. So hopefully that changes in the future. Any lasting questions? Do you see Kaden Katana versus Naomi and Bianca happening on SmackDown? Could it happen? Sure. I do believe Liv and Raquel is probably the move, but that could happen. It depends on how long this tag team drags out. If it drags all the way to freaking Mania with Bianca and Naomi champion, then I could see that happening. Sure. I don't love the idea though. Becky returns faster than Jade. Wouldn't be surprised one bit. Yeah, I don't care about Jade Cargill's return. Whatever. I don't think about it at all. I don't care about who attacked her. I'm over it. The angle sucks. I don't care. Jade was injured, unfortunately. They dropped the storyline for now. They'll pick it up when she's ready. Like whenever she's ready to go, they'll pick it up, but I just don't care anymore. Care at all. Bianca as tag champion, I don't care at all either. I want that to be over. But again, which is why I think Bianca's not going to win the Chamber, because if she was, why is she still in the damn tag team? Doesn't make any sense to me. So, IYO SKY still the favorite to face Rhea Ripley at Mania. Somehow, some ways. By hook or crook, IYO SKY will face Rhea Ripley at Mania, I think. Who the hell Liv and Raquel going to face when they become champions? Kyrie and Asuka? Asuka and Liv and IYO SKY? Yeah, those options. Some form of Joshis. Like some iteration of the Joshis will have that. Leslie Nikki? Sure. Sure. I hope we don't see any more cuts. I think they should slow it down. Yeah, no more cuts, please. I wonder how many go to TNA. How many go to TNA? I think Cedric Alexander will probably go to TNA because he has beef with Tony Khan. But I don't know. but it sucks. So many people are getting cut right now. All right, folks. Yeah, Aladon, I can see her in TNA. TNA needs women. They need women. Right now, Tessa Blanchard, Asha Slamovich, and Ash by Elegance. That's really it. Zaya Brightside, I don't love her. She's fine, but they need more talent. Zaya Lee down there, but she's not really on TV much. I would take all these talent. I'd call Tegan Knox. I'd call Aladon where her contract ends. I'd call even Indy Hartwell. I call her because she's over. People like her. I call Indy Hartwell. I'd call who got cut recently? Sonya Deville. I call her as well. Why not? They need bodies. They need women. The knockout division. So I would make the call for sure for all those talent, all of them. I saw that. I saw Luke and Gallows. I'm up to date on the releases. I'm up to date. Cedric might not go to her business because Cedric and Swole took shit from Tony Khan, right? So that's why he may not go to NXT or not NXT, but he may not go to AW because of his beef with Tony Khan. Because Soul had issues with Tony Khan. So yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think. So Cedric Alexander will probably go to TNA maybe, or go to Japan. But AW, I don't see it. Unless Tony Khan apologizes. So this is the woman, Big Swole. You guys remember this? Big Swole was cut by Tony Khan. He said that she sucked. Basically, not a good wrestler. And who is she married to? Cedric Alexander. See, I don't see that happening. I don't see a Cedric Alexander in AEW anytime soon. Unless he called and apologized to Swole for his comments, I don't see that happening for Cedric Alexander. I don't see that marriage happening. But I could be wrong. But yeah, he definitely disrespected Swole. Tony Khan did. So I don't think so. A lot of cuts. So it feels kind of weird right now. Like, feels like a weird. Talking about the women's division, talking about Mania, but all these cuts to kind of bring the video down, or the stream kind of went kind of low now. Too many cuts, man. Just way too many cuts. Do I see Soruka getting called up? I think it's possible for sure. I think it's possible. I would do it, but I don't know. Money in the Bank, Italy. Maybe Italy. Bianca needs the Rhea Ripley match right now, in your opinion? Got websites calling her mid-carder. Ultimately, Bianca Belair be fine. In the long run, she'll be fine, right? So even if like it happens, maybe she goes to Raw after Mania, Bianca Belair be fine. 95 on the video game. She's protected like hell. She'll be fine ultimately. It sucks right now. That's all. It just sucks right now. As a fan, it sucks. But her career should be fine. She will face Rhea Ripley ultimately. That match happens. It'll be a big match. It sucks as a fan right now. That's all. But Bianca Belair be fine. All right, folks. I'm going to go eat something and wrap up the stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Hopefully there's no more releases. Because, yeah, this has been kind of like it brought the stream down. The mood of the stream has been reduced to kind of like a low energy, kind of depressed because of all these goddamn cuts. Kind of sucks. Hopefully, I don't want to see Alba Fire get cut. I don't want to see some of these other talent get cut. I think this is enough. No more cuts tonight. All right, folks. Leave a like. See you on Twitter. Later.